Hi everybody, EB here, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. This is just a short test on the little cost of living crisis PC on the latest 147 with 148 and a new DLC, map DLC on the way. I thought I'd give it a test. I've never really had much success with it before, and as you can probably see here, there's quite a bit of elastic banding going on. Now we are using NVIDIA Profile Inspector and about 16 mods. It's a vanilla SCS build. So we've only got SCS map DLCs. I have added Texas to it, which was the only one that I was missing. So this is what our SCS map currently looks like. I believe there's another map DLC on the way to coincide with the release of 148. So we've got a huge transformer. We're going from Elko to Albuquerque, and it's worth a hell of a lot of money for us now. The Kenworth W900W, which is the new Kenworth, if you like, that is in the game, is set up for heavy haul. It's not set up for speed. As I say, I have got about 16 mods in the actual build itself, so it'll be interesting to see how this actually records onto a 1080p video, or if it does. So yeah, just enjoy your journey. I will add a bit of a radio station in. Okay, I don't know what's happened there. Maybe it's because I upgraded it. This is going to be interesting. And I'm guessing the radio station I usually use isn't there anymore. Because there's no... there's news. There it is. Let's load that up.
This programming is sponsored
to
by
join
the
us on our
University
journey.
of Facilities Construction Management Department, helping build futures with positions.
Enjoy, everybody.
Now available or at uh.edu/facilities.
Maybe telling you something a little bit different, and that's very different. That is often a big part of political conversations, right? When it's just about politics, people are like, yep.
I will say just one more thing on that whole point. We were very fortunate that
Yeah, that needs to go up a bit.
That during the pandemic, it was important that we were on every single day. And the information we gave did evolve and change.
There we go.
As we learned more, what was safe, what wasn't safe, what we had to worry about, what we didn't have to worry about. And it evolved and changed. And I loved that our audience came along for that journey to learn the most recent information and be able to be best equipped. And it helped us understand science better in that science is always getting better.
Yeah, that's a bit rubber bandy, isn't it? Just a bit. Not as smooth as what I'd hoped for.
I cannot think about having octopus as my sushi anymore. I can't do it. These things are amazingly intelligent, and you folks are coming here to celebrate cephalopods. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, this has been about a 2-year project that we've done. We call it cephalopods, and it's born out of something that I think a lot of listeners probably have heard about before, which is Shark Week, right? The Discovery Channel devotes a week to talking about sharks, but, you know, at the end of the day, all the stuff that the Shark Week folks are talking about isn't exactly all that scientific, and so many shark researchers we've talked to over the years say, look, demonizing sharks, saying that sharks are going to get us when we go...
If any of you've got any questions, feel free to post them underneath this little test video, and I'll do my best to answer the questions for you all.
Take a week and just celebrate a creature that people don't fully understand and that has so many remarkable characteristics about it. Cephalopods that are able to change colors in a way that you can't even find them against the rock they're hiding against, and then a minute later,
Graphics don't look bad, but it's still rubber banding a bit. Maybe the 1050. See, the 1050 is very happy on 136, but 147 they've just added so much to it that even the 1050 struggles. 1080p. I am recording a video as well, so maybe we should allow it a little leeway. Maybe we want to cut it a little slack. As I say, this Kenworth is set up for a heavy haul, so it's very much set up for torque, not speed.
Get off that fence. I was very disappointed to hear how soon they die after mating the males. It's just sad. I'm fascinated.
I'm going to take 50, you know. I prefer 55, but excuse me. I don't think this little engine and transmission can pull 55, just saying.
Be a little bit difficult compared to species that have these very long lives. What else that live to be 100 years old? Octopuses don't have incredibly
Yeah,
long
that
lives.
needs to go louder,
It
doesn't
makes
it?
it more important to
Otherwise
try
it
to study
becomes
what
really
we can
annoying.
about their short lives.
We're talking about doing your Cephalopod Week, and I have to wonder, would it help you if we could make a movie like Squidnado or Octonado? Would that help boost people's excitement level?
Well, remember, I mean, one of the things about octopus and squid is that the ancient core of them, the idea of the Kraken, of the great undersea beast that is going to take the ship down. This is part of so many.
Just see if I can grab a cheeky
picture
for the thumbnail.
Just as much as sharks,
As I do need to make it crystal clear, it is 147, not 136. That would do nicely, actually.
You need not be
Yeah.
afraid. They're really
We'll have a bit of
wonderful
that.
and
Sorry
very,
about
very
that, folks.
Cracknado. There it
Needs
is.
must.
I think I'm finding it. Okay, before we run out of time, and we will very quickly here, tell me again, what is the event?
This is going downhill. I might
Space
try and
Houston,
sneak a cheeky
Sea Experience. You're
55.
gonna be there, right?
She might be able to
Yeah,
cruise
I will
at
be there,
it.
and I will be interviewing Dr. Diana Lee, who's a squid biologist from Stanford University, Zuckerman Institute in New York City, and Dr. Megan MacArthur, who's an oceanographer and also a NASA astronaut. Just spent 2 days in space conducting some scientific research, including scientific research actually on squid. So we're going to be making the space and squid connections, and probably talking a little bit about people who think that octopuses and squid must just be aliens because they're so darn weird.
See, I'm kind of falling in that camp, but they're smart, so don't eat them. John, please come back anytime. Such a joy having you on the show.
Thanks so much for asking me. Looking forward to seeing you and all the great fans at Houston Public Media.
Thank you very much. John Dankosky, he is the Director of News and Audio for Science Friday. He'll be here when Science Friday's Cephalopod Week event takes place at Space Center Houston tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. For more information, visit sciencefriday.com. Coming up, our Pride panel is warming up for our special edition of Talk of the Town. Plus, we want to know how you are celebrating Pride this year. Our phone lines are open at 888-486-9677. That's 888-4-TOWN SQUARE. This is Town Square, and your NPR station, News 88.7. I'm Ernie Manous. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Camille Nelson, your Member Relations Specialist. If you are a monthly Always member and need to update your donation payment method, you can go online to houstonpublicmedia.org/update. Our easy online form will ensure that your information remains secure. Also, consider making the switch to EFT. You will help lower our processing cost, which puts more funding into the programming you love, trust, and rely on. Thank you.
On the next episode of Sugarland.
It appeared that the task force had been formed only to represent what the city and Fort Bend ISD had already agreed to.
I think they were really trying to get through this without identifying any descendants, and just wanted to get those bodies back in the ground and get that school built.
New episodes of Sugarland every Thursday at houstonpublicmedia.org and on all your favorite platforms.
Hello, I'm Nikki Beattie. Join me for this week's Arts Hour from the BBC. With Black Mirror creator Charlie Brooker, documentary filmmaker Marcella De Angelis on her female skateboarding film, American poet Claudia Rankine on racism, and French director Mia Hansen-Loh on how her actors move. That's all in the Arts Hour from the BBC.
And you can hear that tonight at 9 and also tomorrow night at 11 here on News 88.7.
I'm Ernie Manous. This is Town Square. Today we're jumping right into some of this week's trending topics. It's our special Pride edition of Talk of the Town Square. In conversation with us is Sean Keane, who is Logistics and Event Management at the City of Houston. You're not all of them, you're just part of it. Also, Vice President of the University of Houston LGBTQ Alumni Association and board member of Image Foundation. Very pleasant. Queen Angelina is here with us, violinist and a drag artist. Welcome, Your Highness.
Yes, period.
Do I say Queen or do I call you Angelina?
Either. As long as you come by one of those.
Okay. And finishing off the panel, one of my dear friends, Tamari Cooper, producing artistic director at Catastrophic Theater and the star of the annual Tamari Cooper Show, which its latest edition opens tonight and runs throughout the summer at the Match in Midtown. Tamari Cooper, hello, darling.
Hello, Ernie. Lovely to be here.
And, of course, we invite you to be part of the conversation. Our phone lines are open for your comments, questions, thoughts. 888-486-9677. That's 888-4-TOWN-SQUARE. I want to start right off with a call from Chris. Chris, what's on your mind?
I'm glad y'all are giving some attention and bringing, the promoting Pride Week and Pride Month and everything. There are so many young kids that are really struggling with so many different aspects of this, and they really need all the help and support to kind of see them through this journey that they're on.
Chris, thank you very much for calling, and a pleasure to have you with us. Chris, when he called in and said to our producers, it's very discouraging that people deny science. You have to educate people, whether it's about Pride Month, which you just talked about, or science. Education is very important. I started talking with you folks a little bit when you came in today, and I'm kind of on this jag, even though it wasn't what we had set up to talk about education, but also intelligence and understanding. And I'm curious what you all think about, are we dumber than we used to be, or do we just don't care? Do we don't get invested? Are we too pushed to sides politically to allow ourselves to be curious and think anymore? I know it's a whole lot more. It's a lot heavier than I meant to get right off the bat. But Tamara, your thoughts?
I do have those fears every now and then that we're moving towards the film idiocracy, where just with the corporate branding and then just, I don't know. It does feel like sometimes there's an attack right now on just the concept of being educated or intelligence. And I'm not a college graduate. I mean, it's not that you have to have some kind of academic clout to actually maybe know what's what in the world, but just the idea of still being curious and inquisitive and also accepting science as facts, it does seem like there's a poodleization in this now. I think I just said poodleization. I didn't mean to say poodleization.
If you were more educated,
that's right.
Sean, let me go to you then about this. Being that you have your UH branding on you right now, I feel like sometimes people are using either being a college graduate or not being a college graduate as a way to attack somebody or to find the upper hand over someone, saying, oh, well, we're more intelligent because we have this. Intelligence is not directly related to your educational level, and that goes more in line with, I think, with job pursuit and what you need for your career. But people can be intelligent whether or not they have a college degree.
Absolutely. And college is really a vehicle for pushing forward that knowledge. And one can be extremely intelligent and not have gone to college, or one can be lesser of intelligence and go to college many a time. It's just
many a time.
College.
What was that again?
Dumb people go to college too.
Yes, many dumb people go to college and many smart people don't go to college. And I think we have to get past putting people in categories as though they're smart. I think oftentimes on the liberal side of it, you look at red states more as less intelligent because they're more hearth and of the land kind of view. We got to get away from all of that, and we've got to be able to hear what different people think, what they believe, but also find that place to understand and respect other beliefs, even if they don't align with yours. Angelina?
Yeah, it's really funny that, the U.S. was created by people that want to leave because they don't have freedom of religion and It's just funny. And also, I'm not a college graduate either, but I think I'm smart.
Well, you wouldn't be here if we didn't think you were smart, too. Folks, as you listen, give us a call. Tell us what you think about this topic. 888-486-9677. That's 888-4-TOWN SQUARE. Or you can email us. Our email is talk@townsquaretalk.org. To stay within this, but moving on a little bit into it, it is Pride Weekend. A very busy weekend in Houston and many cities across the country. In Houston, it's particularly busy because the Pride Parade, which is happening tomorrow night, which a lot of people may not know, is the second largest parade in the city of Houston every year, only beaten by Rodeo Parade. Then comes Pride Parade. Lots of people come out to this. So what's everyone doing for Pride? I'll get to you, Tamara, in a minute, because I know you're doing something very special for Pride, as you do almost every year. But, Sean, I'll start with you again.
Well, at this time, looking to go and enjoy the parade itself, support some of my U of H colleagues, and just to have some fun, and then go out to some of the after parties and enjoy the community that as it comes together for Pride. Try and beat the heat as we can.
Oh, the heat, yeah. Okay, Angelina, I've got to ask you this. It's not what we were talking about, but I wondered this from the first moment I've come to this town, and I saw garden parties, which were the big drag events on Sunday afternoons, and the drag queens all done up in makeup, the wigs, the costumes, the clothes, in 100-degree heat. This is just, I think, extra brutal.
It is. I actually quit my drag. It's drag brunch. You call them garden parties. Where are you from?
Well, it was back when I got here, 2017.
Don't show your age, Ernie. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, drag brunches. I actually quit because I was just like, I paid my dues. I did it for 4 or 5 years. I'm about to hit 10 years in drag. And like, especially like this year, I told myself that like I'm gonna start exploring outside of Montrose and my community and go out there. Look at me here on the radio. Coming out of the performance space into out. Let's see where I go. Film, TV. I mean, I have been doing press all month for Pride, so I'm getting there. Just what's the next step for me in drag and stuff,
So tell me, you mentioned Pride there. I started the question talking about Pride. What's your weekend look like?
Oh my goodness. So I'm doing press. I've been doing press all week, and then tonight Discovery
Trying to
Green.
remember what day we're at.
Yeah, it's like it's Friday, right? Oh my god. Tomorrow the parade.
Like first of all, tonight you said
tonight. I got invited for VIP for Discovery Green.
Rainbow on the Green.
So I'm there like at least once a year there. Yeah, Rainbow on the Green. Yes, because it's the president's last Rainbow on the Green. Gary Mendel. It's his last one. And he's just been a huge supporter of mine. Tomorrow, the Pride Parade, I'm going to be walking throughout just looking at everybody's floats. But before and after the parade, I'm going to be at Avant Garden performing. And then Sunday night, I'll be at JR's, because I do karaoke there every Sunday. But I mean, I'll be all around, and you never know. I might just jump into a show and do a performance.
Well, it's kind of funny. You have definitely become one of the faces of Pride this year. You see I guess there's some TV spots on other stations, and there you are. I've seen magazines, there you are. I've seen newspapers, there you are. Is that something you actively wanted to get yourself out there, or did the community just call on you?
I mean, I am basically the face of My Gay Houston for the city. So that was our, that's the point. Good, I did my job. They're paying me to do that, to promote us,
Wait a minute, I've been a My Gay Houston. You were a My Gay Houston, Sean.
Yeah,
Nobody paid
you
us
were,
for
Sean.
Did anyone pay us for anything?
Well, look, I have to put on makeup.
We have to groom our beards.
Well, do you know how much a bottle of foundation is?
I have not.
Her on this one. You have more.
All right, we'll stop talking.
Y'all know how much makeup is? Look up right now at one of the makeup stores. Just look it up. It's like 3 items. It's like $100. And now you want to tell me that I don't deserve to be paid?
All right. You didn't get paid to be here. Okay. Tamara, as we are all doing that, looking at parades and such, what are you doing? And what do you do every Pride?
Well, it just so happens that Pride weekend almost always falls on either the technical rehearsal weekend for my annual Reverend musical series, or it's opening weekend. And I'm glad it's opening weekend because that way we can sort of be more festive. My show, I am absolutely an ally, and I would say 60-70% of my cast and artists and crew are all LGBTQIA, and so often the topics within the show, it's all very much aligned. So I think you can come out, and particularly this year, my show, I just got so mad. I don't try to go too political. That's not completely true. Anyway, but I just got so mad, and I've been mad about a million things, but I was particularly mad, of course, about Greg Abbott and everything with the story time, drag queen story time hours, and so I'm sort of taking that on in my show this year, and getting on my little soapbox, even actually have a literal soapbox we built that says soapbox, so I get to get out there and have my little piece, and then have a really wonderful sort of homage and celebration of drag.
I want to remind everyone we are talking with Tamara Cooper, also performer of Queen Angelina and Sean Keen. This is Town Square. I'm Ernie Manous. Our phone lines are open, 888-486-9677, 888-4-TOWN Square. So, Tamara, I want to go back to what you were talking about. For people who don't know what a Tamara Cooper show is, I kind of always assume everyone knows, but it has been going on for how long now?
God, 26 years. So I was like 4 when I started. No, yeah, it's become its own juggernaut. It is sort of has a vaudevillian sort of send-up to it. It's always a big cast, so many wigs, so many costumes. It embraces musical theater, but at the same time, it's a cast of weirdos, and it's often based on my own thoughts and musings or personal stories that sometimes are very humiliating and embarrassing. And I find that, like, by doing that, by working out my own issues, like what you would do in therapy normally, I get through that, people relate to it, we all have some therapy, and actually y'all are paying me for me to work out my problems. So it's good.
That works well. Let me remind everyone, so the Tamara Cooper show, it's a vaudeville, a cabaret of sorts.
Right. And
each year you find a theme, you tell it through this with your cast of characters. Extremely entertaining evening.
Right.
I don't think it would be summer in Houston without a Tamara Cooper show. As long as I've lived here, there's been one. I can't imagine what it would be like without one. It's at the Match downtown, Midtown, as we say. And you can go and see it, and always, it's a good time. My question to you, and I've asked you this before, you got to be running out of things to cover. No.
I mean, I do have that fear that I'm going to wake up one year and be like, nope,
nothing to say.
Nothing to say. No, there's always something. I mean, the themes can be so broad. Love, is the theme, and we all have thoughts on that, right? So this year is truth and lies. So that goes all over the place too.
Sean, how do you work through your problems, your past, and understanding who you are?
Geez, well, that's not a light question at all.
It depends on how you answer it.
Quite a bit of therapy, a little bit of reflection, and a lot of community. So really going into, diving deep, figuring out, why I've, had those scabs and how to rip them off and, grow anew so that I can kind of get through them. So
would it work better if people were paying you to see you go through that?
Oh, it'd be wonderful.
It'd be wonderful.
Angelina, I don't know if I'd want to see it, though.
Talk to me about how you work out your demons.
Well, drag is like a mask.
Okay, and that will conclude the 147 test, everybody. Thank you very much. Cheers.